Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Kung Fu of Holacracy. This episode is around improving where you're weakest. One of the things I appreciate most about the practice or the Kung Fu of Holacracy is that it affords us an ability as human beings, as co-workers, as an organization to really grow where we are weakest. It's such an important factor. It is something that we can lead our entire professional and personal lives with unexamined weaknesses, ways that we found grooves in order to do the best that we can within what is comfortable and how we're good. Holacracy forces us to stretch. One example of this is in governance meetings. So I, as a person, my particular tendencies, because of my background and because of who I am, and definitely because of my gender, is I tend to be the kind of person who thinks they always have the smartest thing to say in the room. I always think that my opinion's best. I always think people can be served better by hearing my edit, hearing my opinion, so on and so forth. In a holacratic governance meeting, I am actually forced to sit on my opinion, except in a reaction round. It has been incredibly excruciating for me, but also an incredible growth edge for me to notice, oh, it's really frustrating for me right now that I can't speak, that I can't interrupt, that I can't add my edit to that person's proposal, to that person's idea, to that person's resolution to their own tension. And that frustration bore out of it a lot of learning and growth for me. I had to really reflect, wow, why do I always think that I have the smartest thing to say? Why do I always think that people will always benefit from me speaking? And it made me more disciplined about when I speak and when I don't speak, both in my professional settings and also in my personal life. A lot of people in my personal life can attest to that that's made them very happy. And the same would be true for someone on the other end of the spectrum, someone who tends to glide through meetings by disappearing in the corner. You know who I'm talking about if you're that person or if you know someone like that in your organization. They'll come sit in a meeting and they'll just disappear in the background for the whole hour or 2 hours and rarely speak. Again, that person's not better or worse than anyone else along the spectrum. They just need to grow in a particular place. There's wisdom in what they do, but there's wisdom also in them challenging themselves. When they're asked to object or not object, when they're asked to react in a reaction round, when they're asked to resolve their own tension and trust their own intuition and come up with their own proposals, we are kind of coaxing them to come out of their shell, to speak more, to take more space. It is so important for people all along this spectrum to grow in this way, to challenge themselves, to look at the places where they are weakest and apply themselves and apply reflection and apply strength. And Holacracy allows us to do so. I hope this episode was helpful to you. Again, please feel free to reach out with any comments or questions and let me know, how was it for you? Where have you grown in your own holacratic practice, in your own holacratic Kung Fu? Thank you.